Hi, I'm Bob Harris for Concrete Network. What is the desired or specified profile? Are you looking for a topically cream finished surface, salt and pepper, or an exposed aggregate finish? Understanding the specified or desired profile as stated by the Concrete Polishing Association of America is very important prior to any work being performed. There are 4 classes of aggregate exposure and 3 levels of gloss which can significantly affect the unit square foot cost on any project. There may be scenarios where clients are requesting a topical or cream finish but yet want to remove a lot of the surface imperfections from the concrete finishing process, like this grocery store. In this case, the contractor ran 200, 400, and 800 grit resin diamond tooling wet, followed by 1500 grit dry to achieve the appropriate polish. Oftentimes, you have to use very aggressive metal bond diamond tooling ran wet to expose brass divider strips on this overlay project. The Concrete Polishing Association of America has specifications for the level of sheen stated as a level 2, 3, or 4, and the amount of aggregate exposure stated as class A, B, C, or D. Generally, a level 2 honed surface has very little gloss and typically is no higher than a 400 grit resin. At a level 3, semi-polished surface is a low gloss, typically around the 800 grit resin. And a level 4, highly polished surface is a high gloss, typically achieved using 1500 to 3000 grit resin bond diamond tooling. Class A is what is referred to as a cream finish, where you are topically polishing the surface without exposing any aggregate. A Class B is what is referred to as a salt and pepper finish, only exposing the fine sands with no intermediate or coarse aggregate exposure. A Class C is where medium aggregate is exposed up to roughly 1/8 of an inch in diameter, and a Class D is where there is large aggregate exposed, typically up to 1/4 inch or larger. Let's review the different profile or classes. The Class A cream finish sometimes does not remove surface imperfections from concrete placing and finishing process like you see here. Topical burnishing definitely will not remove the blemishes and may require heavy planetary grinding equipment with 100 to 200 grit resins to unify the surface. Notice the subtle variations in this cream finish. However, when done properly, you can still achieve a high degree of gloss. Class B finish is where a salt and pepper appearance is obtained by exposing the fine sands with no coarse aggregate exposure. For example, this high-end retail floor is a Class B level 4. The Class C finish starts to expose intermediate and coarse aggregate up to roughly 1/8 of an inch in diameter. Here is an example of where you can start to see larger aggregate being exposed. The Class D is what is considered an exposed aggregate finish with 1/4 inch or larger aggregates being exposed. This is a very attractive finish. However, the finish calls for a tremendous amount of more grinding that can raise the unit square foot cost. Also, due to the aggressive nature, the finish may require skim coating the pits or divots with a structural urethane or epoxy, which adds expense to the project. Here is an example of a level 2 honed surface using a 60-degree reflective gloss meter compared to a level 4 highly polished surface with high light reflectivity. Having an understanding of the desired or specified profile is crucial before any work starts. It is important to have this defined.